Welcome back to another round of playing the Wizards with myself, Radagast versus Alatar. So, at Radagast and company are in Thranduil's halls, and we are going to the lake. We're going to Lake Town to attempt to play the Men of Nothern Rhovanion. Radagast has 8 unused direct influence, so he can pull anybody, any faction he likes. Yeah. So I don't think there's any reason to shuffle anyone around. We have 10 unused general influence. We are sitting pretty. Okay, so we're headed to Lake Town. We're currently in the Woodland Realm. We are going to Northern Rhovanion, so that's Borderlands Wilderness. Borderlands Wilderness. Smaug is no longer in play. Okay, so wait, before I do that, alright, so end of long event phase, that gets discarded. Great, okay. And then we're movement hazard phase, we're going. So because Smaug's no longer in play, we can draw the normal amount and +1 because we're traveling through a wilderness. So we can draw up to 3. Let's see. Ooh, another noble hound. Arinmir. Okay. And a Landrake. Okay. Other side. Alright, we can draw 2. And we've got rank upon rank and sellswords between charters. They're headed to a border hold, so we could play sellswords against charters. That would get plus 1 strike, +1 prowess. So it would be 3 strikes of 12. 3 strikes of 12 is not bad. They're just so strong, though. Oh my gosh. They're just so strong. And of course, we've got a very special surprise waiting in store for them. Alright, but their hazard limit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we ought to draw. Alatar, that's meaningless. And Slayer, heck yeah, Slayer, okay. And he can be played to a border hold too. Fantastic. Alright, so maybe we can make something happen, despite their incredible prowess at the moment. I think we gotta soften them up with Smaug first, otherwise sellswords are not going to be able to do much to them. Gosh. Alright, attacker chooses defending characters, right? Attacker chooses defending. Yeah, 3 strikes of 15. Okay. Alright, so step 1. Hazard 1. Smaug a hunt. Boom. They're traveling through Northern Rhovanion. They get attacked with 3 strikes of 15. Attacker chooses defender. Okay. Alright. So now we wish we'd kept some of those blocks and things. Attacker chooses defender. Alright, well, we're playing Dark Quarrels, first of all. So when Gates of Morning is in play, the number of strikes from an attack is reduced to half of its original number rounded up. So that's 3 strikes becomes 2. Okay, so 2 strikes, attacker chooses defender. And sadly, we can't play that twice. And then, so who are the 2 strikes going against? Opponent. I think it makes sense that I think they would go after Haldir. And one thing I'm always confused about is, so Northern Rhovanion is in fact a wilderness. Does this say that it can be played against sites? No, moving in. So Northern Rhovanion is, yes, a wilderness, but can I tap the Elven Cloak to cancel a strike? Let's imagine, I'm just going to say house rules that, yes, he could do that. So let's not apply one of those strikes to him. Haldir's not. He's only worth 1. Yeah, only worth 1 marshalling point anyway. Let's not apply that to him, and instead let's go after. The reason I say that is I'm using regent movement like primarily, so at which point the Elven Cloak is all but worthless. So I'm just going to say, even though I believe it's stated in the rulebook that that if you're using region movement, this doesn't apply. But Northern Rhovanion, where they're being attacked, is in fact a wilderness, and that's the only place this attack could be key to, is Northern Rhovanion. So of the places they're moving in. So I want to say that if he attempted to put that strike on Haldir, that Haldir could tap the cloak, right? You tap the cloak, tap Elven Cloak to cancel a strike against a wilderness. I'm gonna say yes. At which point, I say we attack Erkenbrand and Radagast. Okay, Erkenbrand and Radagast are going to face the strikes. Now, Radagast is going to tap. I think Erkenbrand is going to tap as well. They're both going to tap. And so Radagast will have a prowess of 8 to beat 15. 8 to beat 15. And Erkenbrand will have 7 to beat 15. Whew. Okay. 8 to beat 15. That becomes 11 to beat 15 with Risky Blow. Or I could do Lucky Strike. I think it makes more sense to do Lucky Strike with Radagast and Risky Blow with Erkenbrand. Okay, because he's got 8 to beat 15. All right, so I'm going to play Lucky Strike. Radagast is a warrior, yes, okay. Radagast as a warrior, he makes 2 rolls, take the best. This could be a big mistake. Maybe I should put both on Radagast. But I'm going to hope for good odds. And, oh, by the way, Bjorn is going to tap the arrow to -1 prowess, -1 body against Smaug. Ooh, if we can kill Smaug, that would be amazing. Okay, so Smaug goes down to prowess 14. Radagast is going to play Lucky Strike. He's got 8 to beat 14. Best of 2 rolls. All right, 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay, so ineffectual, but we can do another one. 6. Come on, Radagast. Come on. Okay. Very pointless. All right, but he didn't get wounded. That's nice. Okay. That 5 marshalling points would have been amazing. And then Erkenbrand is going to play Risky Blow. So he has his prowess is now 11 to beat 14. And he does it swimmingly. All right, 9 plus 11, yes, is 20. So no problem there. Okay. Okay. Whew. Scary. Smaug does not like us for some reason. And then we play rank upon rank. And so that means sellsword against charters, 3 strikes of 12. 3 strikes of 12. That's not bad. That's not too bad. Alright, so keyed against Lake Town, sellswords between charters. 3 strikes of 12. Okay. And we're just gonna tap. We're just gonna play Dark Quarrels. Cancel 1 attack by orcs, trolls, or men. Okay. And last but not least, Slayer. 2 attacks, 1 strike each against the same character. Attacker chooses defending character. Ooh. Who do we want to take out? Who do we want to attempt to take out? They can tap to cancel 1 of these attacks. Another character can tap to cancel 1 of these attacks. Let's go for Erkenbrand. Haldir does tap. Well, let me go over there. So Haldir taps to cancel 1 of the Slayer attacks. The other Slayer attack is applied to Erkenbrand, and he has It's a 1 strike of 11. Okay, so Erkenbrand is tapped, so his 7 prowess is at 6. 6 to beat an 11. And I could... 6 to beat an 11. This is the last... wait, is this the last? They've gone 1, 2, 3, 4... I mean, odds are it's the last hazard they have to play against. They could in theory play one more, but I doubt they have that. Okay. So Bjorn, Gimli could not pick up a hound. Bjorn could. Followers can recruit allies. So I could tap Gimli to help to add a +1 prowess modifier to Erkenbrand's attack. I think I'll do that. 1 second. I forgot about the fellowship. Okay, Radagast rolled a 6. His prowess would be 9. 15. Dadgummit. I can't believe I forgot that. Okay, so Radagast actually did beat... We did beat Smaug. Because I totally forgot. I keep forgetting about Fellowship. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, so Radagast had a prowess of 9. He rolled a 6. That's 15 with the black arrow. Smaug's body prowess was... Smaug's prowess was down to 14. Oh, shoot, sorry. And then his body is at 6. So let's see. We roll a body check for Smaug. And we roll an 8. Oh, Smaug is in the kill. Yes, we killed Smaug. We killed Smaug. Oh my god. Wow. With the black arrow. Nice shooting. Okay, and then everything else would have played out as it did. Okay. I keep forgetting about Fellowship. There's just so much to remember. I apologize. Okay. Whew. Alright. Wow. That changes a lot. But it doesn't change what's happening right here. So, okay. Gimli will tap to help Erkenbrand. Right? Does he even need to? Erkenbrand has prowess of 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 to beat an 11. He's probably got it. He's probably got it. But there's nothing Gimli can do in Lake Town untapped. I mean, there's a possibility they have one more hazard to play on us. Alright, I'm going to leave Gimli untapped because there's a possibility they have one more hazard to play on us. Okay, so Erkenbrand. He's got 7 to beat an 11. He rolls a 3! Oh, Lord help. Okay. And he has a body of 7. And I roll... oh my, and I roll an 11. Okay, well, it's karma's balancing. Erkenbrand died. The Slayer lives up to his name. Very nice. And yes, okay. I'll have Haldir pick up the valiant sword that poor dead Erkenbrand drops. Okay. Wow. Alright, which brings Haldir's prowess to 6 before Fellowship, and body to 9. Very nice. 6, 9. That's great. Okay. Okay, well, R.I.P. Erkenbrand. Although I'm kind of glad it turned out that way because, yeah. Yes. We just got 5 marshalling points from killing Smaug. Incredible. And that means we can't play Smaug at home anymore. Smaug is dead. Okay, so we arrived. Everyone bring their hand back up to 8. That's the end of our deck. Winged Cold Drake, sorry. Meanwhile, back over here, these guys are reeling from the fact that our opponent just killed Smaug. Alright, but we got to move on from that. So we've got 6, 7, 8. Okay. More dark corals. I should have tapped Gimli. They didn't have anything else. Why didn't I tap Gimli? Man. I mean, that's the choice I probably would have made, because with one more potential card they could have played, it really makes a lot of difference to have an untapped character. But we lost Erkenbrand. Oh, man. Okay, anyway, got to move on. Thranduil's Hall was not tapped, so it moves back over here to the location deck. We are in Lake Town now. And, yes. I don't have any way to untap Radagast, so we might stay here and just stay here a turn and just, I mean, we're laughing now with that extra 5 points. We might stay here an extra turn and just pull 2 hounds. That wouldn't be the worst use of our turn. Okay, but Bjorn will tap the site and attempt to play the Men of Nothern. Well, I mean, in that case, maybe we don't. Yeah, Bjorn's got such a good chance of doing it. So he has 3 to beat a 6. And he rolls an 8. Okay, great. So the Men of Nothern Rhovanion are now on side. Fantastic. Okay. And then... I mean, I could bring Erenmir in next time, but... Okay, before we remove the side cards, but before we shuffle, let's put 5 cards in from the sideboard. Muster Disperse. They don't even have. All right, I really want to put these Corruption. I feel like Corruption they are very strong, so Corruption is going to be our best bet. And they've got a lot of weapons, so maybe Dragon's Blood too. Oof. Caveworm. Caveworm's good. They're staying in that area, so I think Caveworm has got potential. Lure of Expedience. Lure of the Senses. Alone and Unadvised. 3 or fewer. If they start splitting up, that would be nice, but I don't know that they will. Let's do Dragon Curse, at least 1. And then... Okay. We're going to go all hazards. Okay, we're going to go all hazards. So the 5 cards we're shuffling into we were at the end of the deck, so the 5 cards we're shuffling in from the sideboard into our new play deck are these 5 hazards. We got to make something happen hazard-wise. And Dragon's Blood is good for taking out items or hurting people with items, and but you need the strike to fail. That's what I don't like. But yeah, you need the strike to fail. I don't like. Well, let's give it a shot. It's flavorful. Okay, so we're going to mix these cards back in. Okay, and now we can discard 1 and draw up to 8. The Erenmir's out. Light Drake. And the Men of Dale. Okay, alright. That's nice. And then on this side, we can discard 1. We don't need Alatar. Rouse Denizens. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's the end of their turn. And now back over here, we are at Hemring. We're untapping. Everyone is untapping. We could go get that fellowship. We could go somewhere to get rescue prisoners. I don't want to really go somewhere strictly to rescue prisoners. In fact, the site already needs to be tapped, so I don't even know how we would tap a site without a card to play. That's an unexpected limitation of that one. But do we want to keep things the way we are? Yes. So where do we want to go? We could just go, we could honestly just go to Rivendell. I think so, from the Elven Shores. Can we get Elven Shores, Eriadoran Coast, Cardolan, Rudour? Yeah, so we could get back to Rivendell. Maybe that's what we do. We just go back to Rivendell, we apply a fellowship, maybe we can get a new member for our party, and then we'll see where we are. Okay, so we're going from Himring to Rivendell. The site path is coastal lands, or coastal, wilderness. We can draw one, our opponent can draw one. Alright, so coastal, wilderness. Alright, we'll draw. Ah, the Elves of Linden. That's so annoying. What? Oh my god, we were right there, right by the Grey Havens, and we went in the totally opposite direction. Alright, they have a hazard limit of 4. We can draw 1 and Born. So we could play on them a land drake, and we could key it to the wilderness. They have Goldberry there. Oh, well, they're leaving a Ruin and Lair, so we could actually key it to the Ruin and Lair they're leaving. What? This brings the prowess up 1, so like Light Drake would have, what, 2 strikes of 9? And they could choose where they're assigned. 2 strikes of 9. Yeah. Or I could do the Land Drake and choose the defender and go after Orifin, but if he taps, he's got prowess 4. 4 to beat a 9 sounds like decent odds, honestly. Jeez. 4 to beat a 9. And they're going to a haven, so they would just they would probably tap everyone in the party to help him out. Dadgummit. Alright. So, I don't think I can do anything. Yeah, I'm going to discard Anborn. Okay, and we're going to discard Risky Blow. And we made it. Okay. And now that we're in Rivendell, we can keep 9 cards in our hand, right? Right. But we don't have 9 cards. Did I discard? Oh, I discarded Risky Blow, right. Okay, now that we're in Rivendell, we can keep 9 cards in our hands. I didn't need to discard Risky Blow there. Okay. Okay. And the other thing we could do is that Alatar could tap to bring 1 more card into the play deck, or a number of cards into the... I'm feeling similarly to the way that they were feeling. I'm feeling like I need to tap Alatar. Who knows the next time we will have this opportunity. You can't always assume you will the next time. So I think I'll tap Alatar, and instead of bringing 1 into the play deck, I'm going to bring 5 resources into the discard. So we're going to get the Losoth, we're going to get Rescue Prisoners, we're going to get the Palantir, Círdan, and Wizard Uncloaked. Okay. So tapping Alatar, and I'm putting these into the discard. And that's the end of our turn. So we can discard 1 and draw back up. At which point I will discard Risky Blow. Ambusher, okay. We can discard 1 and draw up to 8. I don't think we will. I think we're good. Okay, so that's the end of that round.